Hello. It's been a while. Hello and welcome. If you're new, my name is Louise Pentland. I make videos about motherhood and lifestyle and all sorts really. If you're an oldie but goldie, which I assume 99.99999 reoccurring % of you are, hello. This is gonna be a chitty chatty, whiffly waffly chat with a friend kind of a vlog. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I plan to be sat here a while. I've got my pen, I've got a list, I've got a lot to say. I feel like I haven't done this in such a long time over here. I've been doing quite a lot on Instagram, but at the moment they're doing a new thing on stories, which I hear is just a test and it might not stay, where you have to click show all if you want to see all the stories, and just all gets a bit much. And I wanted all the things I'm going to say, all the things he said, all the things he said, running through my head. What song is that just fell out? Was it that one from years ago with those two girls? I don't know, someone will tell me in the comments. Yeah, I wanted this to live a bit longer than 24 hours as you get with stories, and even if you put it in a highlight bubble, it kind of like dissipates with the rest of the topics. So I thought, come to my golden oldie, come home basically, come to my happy space. YouTube is such a positive place for me. I don't know why it's so much more positive, and I mean positive in terms of the comments are always really kind. There doesn't seem to be a lot of like drama on here for me. I do know that there's like YouTube drams and spilling the tea and bringing receipts and all of that kind of chit chat, but I just don't really have that exciting a life. Oh, sometimes I used to look back and be like, oh, I wish I had exciting things, and I wish that I could say all these things. I'm like, oh, I don't really have much, like, it's not really much to tell you drama wise, but I've got lots of like good things to tell you, so we'll focus on that. Who wants to be involved in drama anyway? Not me. It's just that like I watch it, I'm like, wow, yeah, shock and awe, and then I think, oh, I'm not a very shock and awe person. But we can't all be shock and awe. Sometimes you just need like cozy and comfy, you know. that's my new branding, Louise Penland, cozy and comfy. Right, so big year. I don't know if I've already said, because I filmed a couple of intros, but I was a bit like hyped in those intros. You can probably hear I've got quite a cold. I'm on the last few days of it. It's not, you know, the big one. I've done the old boop 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 up the nose, little checky poos, negative. Yeah, so sorry that I sound a bit like bleh, but I feel okay in myself. The first few days of the cold, I was like, oh my god, I feel awful. But now I feel fine. I just sound a bit ropey. So apologies for that. So January, I took it offline and it was really good for me. I've done that a couple of years now, and I think I will continue to always take January offline. It's a nice way to reset yourself. It's nice to have a break from like making, editing, uploading. Admittedly, don't do a lot of that on here, but hopefully that will change. How many times have you heard me say that before? I'm worse than freaking Dan Howell for that kind of stuff. I'm not, but he's back. Did you watch his video? Very good, enjoyed that a lot. Took that off. February, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get right back to it. Whoa. I didn't. A lot of changes were happening behind the scenes. I moved a few things around, and all like the boring like businessy admin-y side of contracty stuff, all was a lot going on with that, which is not stuff I share because it's boring AF. It's just like the adulting of this like very fun job, and I want you only to see like the very fun side of it. So I got caught up with quite a lot of that, and we went to Disney and we had our family trip that we had like, it was one of those, you know, you've booked and then it got delayed and booked and cancelled and booked, and it was one of those. So glad to go on that. I filmed on that nearly every day. I've uploaded 4 of those videos. There are 2 left. I don't know whether to put them up, and I'll talk about that in a minute. In fact, I'm going to make a note to go back to Disney. One second. Disney. Because there's good reason for this. March, I was working on my book. This has been the longest book to write. I started writing this book in 2019 and it's now 2022, but that book is coming out in July. I'm going to leave a link below if you'd like to pre-order it. I really like it, and I say I really like it now because at the beginning, as I was writing it, I can't tell you how doubtful I was. I always feel a little bit doubtful of things, but I was feeling a lot doubtful, and I was like, is this just rubbish? And I talked to my editor, and I talked to lots of people, and they're like, come on, keep going, you can do it, like think about it a bit more. And it has shaped up beautifully, which is so nice, because it's one of those things that I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a disaster. It's a bit like when you cook something and then you think it's all going horribly wrong, but then it comes out and you're like, this is the best food I've ever tasted. Feel like wow, excuse me, I feel like it's that. So that is coming out this summer. So March I was working on that, finishing that up. The plan was to finish it in March, so hold please. April became the NSPCC month. Oh, hang on, she's got a prop, she's boop. NSPCC, if you don't know, I'm sure you do because it was on here. It is a charity I'm really super passionate about. In a nutshell, because I've talked about this so excessively that you're probably sick to death of it, I had a terrible childhood. I didn't reach out to the NSPCC because there was so much I didn't know about it. Now I do know, so the campaign's called Now I Know, and I'm raising awareness and cash for them to help children be looked after, whether that is them being mistreated at home, whether that's they need someone to talk to, they're worried, they've got anxiety, all sorts of things. I'm going to leave links to that below because this isn't the video for going into it. But April we decided was fundraising month, and I thought, yeah, do a couple of events, lovely. Oh no, it took over the whole month, and I wasn't upset about it, but I was surprised by like how much I got into it. I knew I was going to want to be a big part of it, but I really like enjoyed sinking my teeth into that and basically letting it take over. Like, I still haven't really processed the experience of that. We did a 10-hour live stream to raise the money. We had amazing guests on, but it wasn't just that. It was sharing what happened to me, sharing my story. It sounds so cringe, but sharing my story and then hearing everybody else's. So for my whole life, I felt quite alone in this, and then hearing from so many survivors and from adults who work with young people and just adding to the conversation was amazing for me. And it took up such a lot of time, but like in the best way. So April, basically, that's what all of that was. And it was wonderful, it was beautiful. Like I feel like I'm going a bit off on one here, so I won't come into it too much. I wasn't planning on talking about this, that's why I'm getting a bit lost in this, because now I'm like, my mind is being flooded with all things that I could say on this, but I won't. April was NSPCC, and I loved it. I don't think I'm going to stop. I was going to be like, okay, that's going to be my thing for April, but May, which we're in now, I've done some more bits and I'm hoping to do more. So that was that. Also, everybody's birthday has now been this year. So Pearl has hers in January, and then Liam, Darcy and I all have ours in April. So April is pretty hectic time. May, oh, you'll be thinking, oh, you finished your NSPCC stuff and you finished your book. No, I did not. I have now finished the book, but for the first 2 weeks of May, that's what I was doing. I was like, right, nothing else can be really in the schedule. I just need to completely focus on this. So there's not been a lot of like super exciting hashtag content from me, because writing a book, turns out, it's a full-time job. You'd think I'd know by now. Every year I think, it's fine, I can make it work. And then every year I'm like, oh my god, I need like more time. But yes, I'm almost certain it's finished. I've sent it back now for like the last look over from my editor, and then proofreader, and then it's out in the wild. And it's not a wild book, it's a standalone book, it's a standalone story, and it's a bit different, but I think you'll like it. I'll do a whole nother video about the book, obviously, but that's what I've been doing there. Take a breath. I feel like I've told you so much already. Family wise, Liam is really well. He continues to be my rock. I love him. I'm not going to be super slushy and gushy, but he's amazing. He's doing really well in his career as well. He's had a promotion over there. He's really enjoying that, and he continues to be just the most amazing dad. I'm not going to gush too much because I don't go too much into like Liam stuff, but that'll go very well. Pearly is loving nursery and is starting school in September. How is this possible? Was she not just born in that room over there like 10 minutes ago? I can't believe it, but she's starting school. She's really excited because she wants to have a proper uniform for school. She loves swimming a lot. She loves soft play. And she's just a delight. Like, she's really starting to figure out the world. She has lots of questions. She's very energetic. She's very bubbly. She's just, I often say that Pearl is pure joy because her personality is so positive and so joyful. That's not to say that Darcey isn't joyful. Darcey brings us a lot of joy, but Darcey is like more of a thinker. I used to say that she was risk averse as a child. She still is a child, like as a young child. She was very risk averse. So if we went to a playground, she would be thinking about like, oh, is this slide safe? She would be a bit nervous on it. And that's got its pros and cons. Like, its pros are I never worried about her. Never worried about her running off. I never worried about her soft play. She never hurt herself. She was just like very easy. Pearl has very limited fear, and she will be the first one to like throw herself down a slide. She'll run somewhere. She's one of those, but she's so joyful with it that it just, oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh, I just want to feel better. Yeah, Pearl is just so, like, I can't fully put it into words, but she is just pure joy. I have a sip of drink because that cough. Sorry about all the coughing and the nose and everything. We move. So Darcey is doing really well. Dance is basically her whole life. She just loves it. She's still doing ballet. She's in grade 3 now, or she would go, she's just done her grade 2 exam, so she'll be going into grade 3. She loves musical theatre as well. Like, I think she loves musical theatre maybe a tiny bit more than ballet now. She has been doing modern, but she doesn't love it as much. In fact, she started to not like it. She says that it's too fast for her, so she doesn't do that anymore, but I'm proud of her for giving it a go. And I'm also quite proud of her, this is going off on a tangent again, for having the strength to decide it's not for her and to not do it, because Darcey is like me in personality, where she always wants to please and she always wants to overachieve and she always wants to do her very best. And so I know it takes a lot for her to say, actually, this isn't for me. I'm not going to do it. She was really worried that she was going to let people down, and she's not let anyone down. You're allowed to say no to things. So she currently does ballet and musical theatre, and she also does festivals, which are like dance competitions, and she does her ballet at those. She has as well taken up dance at her school, so she doesn't go to a dance, her dance school is like an after school thing, and then she goes to like a normal school, and they now have a dance teacher there, so she does that on a lunchtime as well, and she's really happy because she's going to do a duet with her best friend at like the school show. So it's all go for Darcey, and I am loving supporting her. And you know, that side of things, like the dance side of things, has actually brought so much to my life as well that I wasn't expecting. So I'm going to talk a bit about that. I thought that it would just be driving her to things, and then obviously feeling so happy when I see her dance, and obviously really happy to see a kid doing what they want to do. And Pearl's involved as well. She actually does more things than Darcey, but she only does 2 hours a week on a Saturday. So she does ballet, tap, modern, musical theatre, and she loves it, but it's all just melded into one. So for her, I say, what do you do? She's like, just play games. So I'm like, okay, but she loves it. So I thought it'd just be taking them to that, dropping them off, a bit of driving, not dancing for me, no one wants to see that, and like the logistics, like making sure they've got the right costumes and all that sort of stuff. But it's turned into just a really like beautiful big portion of my life. I've made quite a few friends at the dance school. There's a cafe, so we sit in there. I've had lots of outings with them. Sound like an old lady. I've had some outings. I've been to the theatre in London. I took my friend Julie to the Downton Abbey premiere. I've had weekends away. I've had them round here for like girls' nights in the gardens. I've been out for dinners. Like, all of these things have really enriched my life so much. It's like filled a bit of a void that I didn't know I had. I think I was a bit lonely, and I didn't realise that I was lonely because I was filling all my time with like work things and mum things. But now I fill my time as well with friend things, and I really prioritise it now. Instead of thinking like, oh, it would be a treat, I think, no, it's part of the week to make sure that you see your friends. And that, along with lots of other things, I think has led to me coming out of that slump that I've spoken about. Getting serious now. Last year, I know I've talked about this before, so I won't go into it. About this time last year, I started to go quite downhill. I didn't realise it at the time, because sometimes you don't realise you're going downhill till you're like really far down the hill. And I thought, I recognised it at sort of the end of the summer, maybe August, September, when I was like, oh wow, I've got to a down place that I felt like I couldn't get out of it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to tackle it. I started seeing a counsellor and like being a bit more open about it and taking a lot of things off my plate. So part of the reason that I've just not done as many YouTube videos is I've been like, well, take it off, like take the pressure off, just focus on getting better and rebuilding and like being strong. And I thought, oh yeah, that'll take me like, I remember saying at the time, I'm going to give myself 4 to 6 months, and thinking that by the time I came back in January, at the end of January, I would be sorted. I wasn't. I was better, but not best. I have talked about this in a video. And I think I sort of thought, well, maybe this is it. Like, maybe this is me post-pandemic. Maybe this is just how we're going to go. And in March, I started to feel all those familiar, like, negative feelings again. I started to get a bit like, oh God, I can't have this again. And then, I can't remember if it was March or April, I actually rang my GP, and let me tell you, I never go to the doctor. I'm one of those people that, unless like an arm is falling off, I don't go to the doctor. I don't know why. I just don't like to bother them, or I feel like I'm not worth going. I'm sure there's all kinds of like psychology there. Anyway, I thought, no, I'm doing the best I can in every other way. Like, I was still going to the counselling. I had taken so much pressure off that I was like, I can't take any more things off. I can't do any less, because this is actually my job and I do actually want to do this. I was going for walks. I was seeing friends. I was doing so much. I was like, I just can't get myself up. So I saw my GP, and she gave me some medication. It's not daily, it's just when I feel like I need it, and it's been amazing. Sorry, I just waffled on there. Condensing, I'm going to edit all that chunk out. It's really helped to know that I've got that support there if I need to use it. And that, combined with continuing to go to counselling, combined with just being like a bit more reasonable with myself and being like, okay, let's not worry about that, like learning to prioritise better and having a really healthy friendship life, what's that called? Social life, has really helped. Like, I feel, dare I say it, touch wood, I feel good. I feel stronger than I did before all this. I'm feeling good. I'm scared to say it because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to then be like, oh no, I made that video and now I feel terrible again. I think when you have felt terrible, it's scary because you know what that's like and you worry that you'll go back there. But I haven't been there for a while, and it feels really nice. It feels lovely. So that's where we are now. Let me have a little drink and a little rest, and I'll be BRB because I've still got things to say. Okay, as I was just having a drink and looking at the framing here, I noticed, can you see this? That is from my grandma. She died earlier in the year. This is not, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but this is her sewing box, and that sewing box belonged to her mother, and I think it also belonged to her mother's mother, so it just gets passed down, and I'm never going to take all the sewing stuff out, but yeah, It's nice to see it in the background there. Yeah, it's another thing that's happened this year. Grandma passed away, but it was a really good death. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It was a really good death, and it was a really, like, it was the right time for her to go. She'd had a wonderful life. She lived until she was 96, I think, 95, 96. So yeah, just, it's been lots going on this year. Right, looking forward to the year, I am looking forward at it, but I'm also looking forward to it now that I feel in a really good space. And I hope that will mean more videos. I'd like to know what kind of videos you would like. I don't like putting my hair behind my ear in camera, but it's so comfortable. Whenever I ask that, whenever I think about what do people want on here, I look at other YouTube videos and I'm like, oh, we're gonna film all the trips we do and exciting days out and all of that sort of stuff. But whenever I ask you, you always just say homey days. So let me know what you'd like. I am gonna film some trips, but if you would like more homey days, you can have more homey days now that I'm feeling a bit more tip-top. I'm feeling a bit better about things. I'm feeling a bit like back on like, not my A game, but like my Louise game. So if you'd like more homey videos, let me know what kind of things do you like specifically about homey days, and I'll do my best to give it to you. She says, I've said that before. Do my best. Right, the Disney videos. I don't know if I should be talking about this yet, but I'm gonna, we went to Disney in February, and I thought, oh, I'll get these up just as and when, and because I didn't put any pressure on myself and I didn't like lock it into my schedule and everything else happened, it just every day got pushed to the bottom of the pile, I feel like it's a bit too late now, and we are going somewhere maybe in 10 days. I don't know, it's all, basically I had a big email yesterday. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen me be like, whoa, something big came in, and there might be a big, potentially magical trip coming up, but no one's signed on the dotted line yet. It would be a work trip, but like an amazing work trip, like a social media trip with other social media people, going to somewhere very magical. I would like to go, but it's still that like in the very early planning stages. So even talking about it now, I'm like, oh, I'm so silly for talking about this now, because I don't know, I don't want to jinx it. So I don't know what to do, because if I go on something cool, it's almost like I've like, what's the word? Like I've run myself out. You know, in rounders, when the next person gets to the base and you're like, oh, I'm out, and that person has to go and sit out. Like, I don't know what to do on that front. Scheduling wise, it's just a bit like rare, and continuity wise, it's a bit weird, and it feels like it's very old footage. I've also watched back the footage and I don't love it. I don't feel very confident in it. I'll just be graphic. I was like on my period that week, and I was feeling really, really like very hormonal, very like blur in myself physically. Yeah, I don't look back on those last two vlogs with loads and loads of love. I don't know, should I just save them and then one day I'll like just like, surprise, it's a random video. I've just really messed it all up scheduling wise. I hate that. And I sort of want to just make this video and then have a fresh start and like be on top of things. But also, I don't know, I want you just to say, Louise, stop, draw a line, move on, let's have a fresh start. And if you do have a very magical work experience, that will be lovely to see. Definitely it'll be over on Instagram, if I'm allowed, because I don't know what the expectations are. It'd be lovely to do something, a little something on here. But yes, yeah, I feel just a bit behind, and I've got lots of fun things coming up now. So looking forward to things. I wasn't planning on having anything in the May half term, but now it looks like potentially we are. We're also having Liam's dad come and stay with us for a while. He lives in another country, but he's back in this country for a while, so he'll be staying here, which would be nice. I don't think he's going to be involved in this, but I just thought I'd tell you in case you see someone in the background, you're like, who's that man? No, I've not just moved an older man in. Well, I will be moving an older man in, but my man's older man, if you know what I mean. So that's happening. We also have a really lovely holiday booked for later in the year, in the summer. I will tell you more on that, but I'm going to do a whole like reveal. But it's a trip that we have never done. We've never done this sort of trip. We've never been to this place, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've booked a little weekend in Centre Parks for the girls. Liam and my friends from uni are coming with their children. I'm so looking forward to the summer holidays with the girls. I've got some really nice brands that I'm working with at the moment, like that really are like chef's kiss, lovely. And one of them, oh, should I just say it or no? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter, I'm going to say it anyway. Cricut, and I've got a Cricut machine, and I have been labelling everything. So I was like, well, I best start learning how to use this machine before I make any content. And I'm like, oh, it's work. I have to do this today. This is work. But really, I'm just enjoying like playing with the machine and making stuff. I've been enjoying doing a lot of crafty stuff lately, actually. What else do we have coming up? Schools. Pearl's going, I know I've talked about it briefly, but Pearl is starting primary school. Darcey is starting secondary school. So they're both going to have like a first day of like firsts together, which is really lovely. My kitchen. I'm getting my kitchen done at last. That's been a long time coming. I know that some people will really like the kitchen. It's just not our taste at all. And when we bought the house, we're like, right, we're going to do that first, and for all manner of reasons it's just not happened. But now, 4 years into having the house, we're redoing the kitchen. Can I give you a sneaky peek of a colour? Hang on, I'm gonna have to move the tripod because it's in the drawer. Hang on a second. Don't want to excite anyone, but look at this. That's a sample of the colour. That's pink. That is orchard pink. So yeah, am I having a pink kitchen? Yes I am. The kitchen being done, Liam's dad here, lots of travel. That's what I'm so excited about, lots of trips and travel. I've really got the bug for it again now that like it's all back, and yeah, so much to look forward to. I hope to share it all with you. I'm not going to put pressure on myself to like be this amazing like vlogger. I'm just here for the cozy. I'm here for the like the nice vibes. And I hope that you are too. Is there anything else on my list? I feel like that's gone really quickly. Lots coming up. Insta stories are being weird. Big chats on YouTube. Relaxed community. More homey vlogs. I put I'm over behind. Can't cope with the behindness. Book. Talked about that. Brows. I've written brows. I just want some advice and just girl advice basically. Obviously this isn't groundbreaking. It's not like a book or the NPCC or trips abroad. But I've done the same brows for like 10 years, and I just wondered, has anyone had any experience with like, you know, HD browing, or like is HD browing tattooing? I could Google all this, but I just want everyone's brow journeys. The things I'm scared of are pain, like tattooing sounds like it would really hurt, and also I don't want to look like Dennis the Menace, you know, but I feel like it's time for a change of these, like change, just yeah, I'm ready for a brow change. Big news there. Dance, charity, books, brows, trips. Fill me in on your lives below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to be keeping like quite a firm eye on the comments because I just really want like a chat with friends. That sounds really cringe when you say it like that, but you know what I mean. These do feel like a bit more chat with friendy, don't they? Or am I just, have I been here so long, I've been here 12 years that I've lost the plot. Okay, wrapping it up now because the time is 11 o'clock. What's this? Oh, I've had a message from the NHS. They'd like me to go for a smear test. Lovely. On that note, I'm going to get off this video, go and book my smear test. Nice visual for you there, and I look forward to your comments. All right, love you lots. I don't know what the thumbnail for this is going to be. Maybe just some pictures of life lately. Yeah, all right. Speak to you later. Love you lots.